stuck in the helms if it weren't for him.
Oh, Naiske. Why must you make everything such a bother?
I trust Lord Gortash to protect the city, but unless he can secure the trade routes, the Absolute Islands can suffocate us.
Shut your mouth!
As long as we're not overrun with refugees, there are supplies enough to survive a long siege. It's only your purse that is...
Speak to me, lover.
Ugh, a most grievous error. In that case, fetch me a bowl of sunfish head stew.
The kitchen is fresh out of sunfish, my lady.
Right on my feet.
Never!
No distractions, please.
Good day, citizen. Please notify the Steel Watch if you witness any undesirable activity.
I so fancy a glass of dragon dew.
Fetch me a bottle.
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Poor thing. He's had a tough go, and you don't know the half of it.
You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated.
To his death, the way I hear it. Such a shame. And to think there's no way to save him. Or is there? My, aren't we eager? Let's meet Will in your camp. Work something out. The Duke's life depends on it.
Mizora schemes with Will's very freedom. He deserves to know what she is up to.
Was so scary. Oh my gods. But we're back now, safe, and we can have soup. I made it. Want some? slurp happy.
Mizora. I'd take anything she says with a grain of salt. But with her claws as deep in our business as they are, I guess we can't ignore her completely.
Revealing your discussion with Mizora to Will.
Shit. Father's been taken, and Mizora started to scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? I couldn't even fathom a guess. Though, I doubt we'll need to wait long for answers. We'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mizora. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to. I'd love to join, but I don't think there's enough space. I like how you think.
Should mind my step.
You wish to speak? I am here for you. Always. Was there something else you wanted, my heart?
I had no wish to lose Will, but my, it would have been nice to flush her into the colony's flesh pit.
I don't relish the idea of Mizora visiting our camp, let alone offering us anything resembling a deal. When the devils start approaching you, you know you're in deep.
I need a quick word.
What fun I would have if I could play with Will, as Mizora does.
Will ought to know what happened with Mizora. Whatever she has in store for him can't be good.
Whatever business Will has with Mizora, it will cost him dearly. Or worse still, it will cost us. I hope we can afford it.
Keeping very well, I hope? Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Fate spins along as...
Dost thou require a new ally? Or...
Good idea, I think.
Ah! Thank you for the lift, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. Ta-ta!
All livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing emergency. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment and, if necessary, more severe punishment.
You having a chuffing laugh?
We lost most of our herd to wolves on the way here. We've got almost nothing left, and you want to take that from us?
I've had enough of this. I've got a good mind to...
Need to find a way forward.
Citizen?
Forget I said anything. All right.
On my way.
I just hope somewhere has good dwarven beer. Don't think I'll be able to sleep
Please
without
provide
using
full inventory of any and all livestock before entering Baldur's Gate proper. Smuggling or any other form of deceit will not be tolerated.
Oh, and what are you gonna do? Check under my skirt for any stray chickens?
All animals must be surrendered. Failure to do so will...
Result in a
Brace
good
yourself.
hiding from Lord Gortash. Got it. Thank you.
This is outs and outs madness.
Torm, help us. What do we do?
That felt great.
You're very welcome, sir. Just be ready to leave when the time comes, or preferably before.
Come on, chap. I know you're hurting, but it won't bring her back, will it?
Any complaints will be handled after you turn your animals over to the care of the Ducal Council.
Oh, and what good is that gonna do us? Huh? How are we gonna support ourselves, huh?
My thoughts exactly. You're sentencing us all to a slow death.
Please, sir. We have children. We need to be able to provide for them.
Not my concern.
Not like we can even turn around and leave now. Absolute henderson, good and proper.
Seems simple enough.
By order of Lord Gortash, all livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing emergency. Failure to comply will result in
something to ask.
imprisonment and, if necessary, more severe punishment.
My herd are dairy goats. I bet they're going to slaughter them, the poor things.
us.
I've had enough of this. I've got a good mind to...
Problem, citizen?
Forget I said anything. All right.
Please provide a full inventory of any and all livestock before entering Baldur's Gate proper. Smuggling or any other form of deceit will not be tolerated.
My husband's still in the outer city with the few cows we have left. How am I going to tell him we have to give them up?
Move along. I've got my hands full enough without gawkers.
You must agree, this is ludicrous. How are we meant to survive without our livelihoods?
Are they gonna pay us for the animals they take? Like elves they are!
By order of Lord Gortash, all livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now property of... I said move along. Unless you have a piglet up there somewhere, this doesn't concern you. Please provide a full inventory of...
Are they gonna pay us for the animals they take? Like elves?
My husband's still in the outer city with the few cows we have left. How am I going to tell him we have to give them up?
Any complaints will be handled after you turn your animals over to the care of the Ducal Council.
What is that gonna do us? How are we gonna support ourselves, huh?
You think you can do better?
Not my concern.
No, dear reader. I'm afraid one of my columns is not in the latest issue. Print issues limiting space, according to our esteemed editor.
Hello? Does anyone want to buy a gazette? Thank you.
Still can't fathom that they hang folk in this city. Those gallows get more use than some temples. Every 10 day, I write into the Baldur's mouth about it, and every edition fails to mention it. Pathetic.
I should speak up.
Eyes front and keep your nose clean, newcomer. A noose and a short drop is how we deal with troublemakers.
Look at those walls. No better city to weather the army of the Absolute in.
Don't get too comfortable. It's only a matter of time before the army of the Absolute gets here.
sorry about the pong. We've been on the road for more than a 10-day.
As you were, citizen.
Such a misery
Be vigilant, citizen.
If all these folks can just keep their shit together, maybe nobody else will get hurt. Maybe.
The citizen is unconscious and won't be waking up anytime soon.
I've got a long road ahead.
Come on. At least let us take her to a doctor.
I don't like this. I don't like the look in some of their eyes.
These street trash need to watch their tone. I don't tolerate disrespect.
One blow, and she drops like she's dead. Well, maybe she is.
What did she even do? I bet nobody knows. I didn't see her do anything wrong.
Used to think those things were gonna make me feel safer. Not anymore.
At least let us take her to a doctor.
Welcome to the lower city, where Baldur's Gate truly comes alive.
I didn't see her make no trouble.
I know her. That's Golster. She's no thief.
Stay back! Stay calm. We're warning you. It's on the list.
I hope so. I really do.
Please provide a full inventory of
Unless Lord Gortus tells us otherwise.
Wide berth of the gallows, please, for your own sake. Interference with flaming sister property will be dealt with swiftly and harshly.
Any complaints will be handled after you turn your hand to the care of the Ducal Council.
What is that gonna do us? How are we gonna support ourselves, huh?
My God, exactly. You're sentencing us all to a slow death.
Please, sir. We have children. We need to be able to provide for them.
Not like we turn around there. Send us in good and fair.
By order of Lord Baldur, all livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing emergency. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment and, if necessary, more severe punishment.
I made soup. Want some?
Dost thou require a new ally?
Slurp happy.
Please, don't look at me.
The bustle here takes some getting used to. Crackling fire and a tresson for company is usually more my speed. Still, we must flow with the current we find ourselves in, however tumultuous it may be. If you've need of me, I'm glad to help.
Gods, this is the first time in 200 years I've seen these streets in the sunlight. You can forget just how much color there is in the world. Yes, of course. Obviously. Sorry, did you want something?
I made it back. I'm here. Thank the gods. Thank the gods.
Yes?
My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. Wounds have healed. Damage has been undone. Balance has been restored. Those who seek to serve nature there can once again do so with all their hearts. There have been difficulties. Some initiates harbor too much admiration for Korga's course of action. Francesca will do what she must to rid them of such notions. She is well suited to the task. Better than I, perhaps. To cleanse a land of shadows is one thing, but to sway a heart from a dark path is another matter entirely. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid, to be a leader. Still, though, I cannot help but wonder if there was more I could have done. Perhaps, Oakfather willing, I may yet have the chance someday. Forgive me. The Shadow Curse occupied me so entirely, and for so long, I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one. I've been unfair to you, but honestly, you've surpassed even those. Seems my faith was more than well-founded.
Yes?
Baldur's Gate. You know, I never quite believed I'd actually make it back. Wasn't until we got within reach of Worm's Crossing that it felt real. It's so strange. I don't remember much of it, yet I can't help feel like I know it. It feels like home. I suppose it is. Though the chance to savor the moment might be brief, given all that still lies ahead of us. I may have to rely on your local knowledge to plug the gaps in my own mind. Hopefully, I'll remember more than I expect to. Fine. What's on your mind? Does it even need to be asked? We're beyond me merely liking you. I think I'm a different person, owing to you.
Murder, oppression, conspiracies. This city has its charms, after all. My mother visited during one of her grand tours of the surface world. She claimed the streets were almost as varied and full of danger as those in Duthcloim. Huh. I never believed her until now. He is the only authority figure in Baldur's Gate worth a damn. Even as the Elder Brain tears at the foundations of the city, he stands strong and looks for solutions. Better for us to be a solution rather than a problem for his steel watch to scrape off the street. It would be wise to return to him and pledge an oath of allegiance before he declares us enemies of the peace. There's no space for me. I suggest you make one. Indeed. Ready when you are.
Always
If it is for the
Always good to talk, my friend.
my fortune.
Always good to talk, my friend.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you. Nice here. The caves smell like rotting meat. Yes? Fun. Ooh, more.
Gate at the ready. Still alive, so that's progress. A hero at heart.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Let's get going.
keep going.
Breathe deep and move.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
Holy hells.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
Your parasite links with Will's, and your memories flow into him. He sees his father's flight from Worm's Rock, and hears Mizora's words to you.
Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save him?
Sisters.
Infernos contractus te vocamus. Infernos contractus te vocamus. Infernos contractus te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. Yet no contract is ended without sacrifice, Will. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora! You asshole!
Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita. Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Will gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved Duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender his father for freedom. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes? The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. Ugh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead three in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus, my mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel, but those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead after all. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
Here?
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Have it your way. From now on, I promise him the same measure of respect he's shown his father. Oh, I almost forgot. Will sold his father's life for his freedom. My mistake. Come for a chat? Ugh, you are an inquisitive. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. The dead three. Save. My mistress can be so capricious.
I'll give it a shot.
No one stopped me yet.
Will sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature. At times, a seedling must strangle the very tree that bore it, if it's to survive.
Maybe it'll bring us closer.
What's on your mind?
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Will sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the Pact is worth it to him.
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pact, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mizora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow, I celebrate my gain. Today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the Styx down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 Netherstones and take back our minds, and the city, from the brain.
My heart soars just to look upon you. What do you need? This city troubles me, but I am here for you. I want to be by your side and see this through. There is no room for me, I'm afraid. I'm with you.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well. But I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel for his sake. I am sure Will knows that. But we would do well to remind him, when his days grow dark. No one truly understands the weight of loss until they've worn it a while. There is no shame in sharing the load when you need to. I have. And while I do not love my conclusion, that does nothing to change it. The Harpers are the city's best information network. With them out of action, we shall have to fall back on second best. Nine Fingers Keen.
A name known and feared throughout the city's underworld. The mysterious Keen runs the guild, which in turn runs every criminal enterprise in the city.
Friend is not the word I'd use. Nor is petty if you've a mind to keep your tongue. But both our operations step outside the law when needful. She just likes it better there. How hospitable she will be to a harper that comes begging to her guild hall, we will find out. Perhaps I will let you do the talking. Ask it. Flattered as I am, you're fully supported as it is. At your command. Yes?
Keeping very well, I hope? Look up 100. She's a formidable woman. We'll both of us stand by you when the time comes to put down the horror that threatened. He raised me when an emissary of... This was different. Lucky for me. I understand it's Then, next I knew, he told me I found last. By the time... He's gone now. But I suppose the man I knew died when I died.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword?
At least things have stayed interesting. Another step forward. I want to have a word.
That was so scary. But we're back now, safe, and we can have soup. I made it. Slurp happy.
The cat peers back. You read something in its eyes. Doubt. Resignation, perhaps.
How can I help?
Amicus animalis.
But please, don't look at me.
Hey, soldier.
Yes?
Need something?
Keeping very well, I hope?
Patricide is often the first step toward greatness. But I hope Will does not regret sacrificing his infernal powers.
I am ready.
Shouldn't have wish to live in more interesting times.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
Always good to talk, my friend.
Come for a chat?
Need to find a way forward.
All of nature's bounty pales next to you. Do you need something? I had hoped there might be a greater sense of balance within the city. That its walls might enable sheltering within it to foster community, peace. Yet it is not so. Unnatural steel beings patrol the streets. The printed word sows discontent, and those in need are treated with disdain. Is this truly what progress looks like? Sometimes it is difficult to see exactly what we are fighting to save here. Sometimes it feels like Korga was right. Nature can only survive away from all this. A fine point. I wish I had thought of it myself. Thank you. Your wisdom shines through even in dark moments. I shall not give in to despair. Not while there is still the chance of a future worth fighting for.